This heroic versus. I like the music. Oh, you ruined it.
It was nice music.
It was really nice. It was actually perfect.
Had
And
a
you
nice
ruined
little hum
everything.
at the end of it.
I was playing off of it. It was my inspiration. Either way, it's FaZe. They just had a really dominant showing. It's heroic on overpass as expected, and now it's down to Inferno. It's a great grenade onto Yugi already. He had Kevlar, thank God, or else he'd probably be dead. Down to 21 from a single HE, and FaZe look like they want to get into B.
We've got Rain keeping an eye on the mid area. The rotation is coming in, but from second mid, Yugi off to a good start. S-Tag will get taken down, and guess what? There are more headshots. It is a pistol round after all. Yugi being conservative with his pistols. You saw the jump peek from Guardian. Oh, that's great stuff from Guardian once again. 3 on 2. But the CTs have control of the bomb, and they've got range in their favor. I say that, but Rain and Guardian have picked up USPs as well, so that range will be equaled. But how do FaZe approach this? Do they triple peek? Or what do they do? How do they deal with this? Do they know if construction is clear or not? Modi trying to use maximum range. As time passes, yes, he will have to be concerned with a potential flank, and indeed he's moving over to find out what's going on there. And he's got to quickly run back because Snappy is in the corner. And indeed, it's a triple peek from FaZe. That is awesome, but no one's peeking just yet. And there we go, Snappy off to a good start. Getting his reload in. The CTs don't have the pressure as much as the Ts do here. Modi down to 11 now. He's got to be really careful. He needs to bait for his teammate. Snappy, oh, he gets his head ripped off. And it would be a miracle now if Modi could make this. He can't do it. It was close, but not quite. FaZe with the pistol.
Yeah, Snappy played that really well too, playing the off angle, denying the triple peek, which is like the perfect way to play against it. Just that's not the reason why off angles are so good. Is that when multiple opponents try to peek you, you can sort of like isolate them one by one. And anyway, you know, it's going to be a great situation for FaZe. They can rock the double Mac 10 here to be somewhat expendable, have some pace to those players, be the ones that sort of entry through any choke points with which they want to access. And it's going to take himself towards the apartments, looking for any CTs here. And it's very difficult for CTs these days in apartments. Rain's already going to get some good damage onto Modi. Big investment here for Heroic. Only Yugi, the AWPer, saving any money whatsoever. Snappy can even afford a UMP with Kevlar here, so that's kind of nice for him.
Nice.
But they don't have any nades, and they're sort of at the mercy of FaZe, because FaZe have all the grenades, and they have, well, they're slowly extending their map control at the moment, so things are working out for them.
I'm telling you, man, if you are a team, well, if you are every other team in the league who are yet to play FaZe, the way they play their anti-eco so slowly, just buy some smoke grenades and CZs. Buy smokes and CZs and try to play the late game against them, because they're, I mean, as things are at the moment, they're looking pretty strong, and I think that would be maybe the best way to take them out of their comfort zone, the way they're playing them at the moment.
Yeah, it's true. It's the direct counter, I think. And it was actually interesting because for quite some time we saw it be really prevalent that actually teams go for that. And on the CT side, you always see them with the smoke grenades. And in a situation like this, and I think the meta game very much was a slow slow anti-eco from the Ts. And then they get to the situation where there's like 20 seconds left and it's chaos. And you get way better chances to actually win the round as the CTs then. But not seeing it as much these days. And I think it's because people want the deagles. They just want those deagles, man.
See if S-Tag will save his Kevlar for this round. That's about it. That's about all that's going on. Ooh, no. Could have been a kill, but not quite. So FaZe clean everybody out, and Rain makes some nice money with the Mac 10. And the Mac 10 survives to fight another day. So we can expect Rain to be... Oh no, he's thrown it to Olafmeister actually. That's interesting. So is he going to proceed with only a CZ? 2 Mac 10s in tow for FaZe in this round, and this should be all that's required to clean this out.
I think he actually gave it to Carrigan, I think. Because Carrigan died, and now he's got Mac 10. So presumably...
Yeah, he does. Rain's Mac 10. You're a smart man, Dan, on occasion.
Sometimes. And this is going to be fun for Carrigan, isn't it? I mean, he didn't get many frags in the last map, but this could be so glorious. All these players that haven't got any helmets or anything like that, no Kevlar, nothing. This is prime Mac 10 territory. already picking off 1, but down to 6 HP. That's somewhat depressing for Karrigan.
Yeah, they know that it's a stack. They figured it out. They had Rain be the information man towards the A site. And that's smart. That's smart as well. You do see this from time to time. Keeping one player on a pistol. So if he is to die, he's giving them basically nothing. So if they did stack the A site, Rain, all he drops is a CZ. So there's not even an SMG for the CTs to make money. That is attention to detail and really awesome to see. That's another thing you don't see often enough in Counter-Strike. So great start from FaZe, 3-0, taking many good decisions to put them in a great spot where they've got lots of money, and Heroic, of course, are buying down to nothing, and they are very limited on grenades because of that forced buy. And considering the utility that you use to take Banana on the CT side, it's not a good start for them.
No, it's absolutely not. And 2 players without helmets obviously will make them very susceptible to those MAC-10s. And funnily enough, both of those players without helmets, I believe, are on B. So we'll have to see if that comes into play. That's a really cool push there from Heroic. You don't expect to see that as FaZe, and that sort of commits them into a faster pace here, into that B bomb site. Again, these players don't have helmets. The MAC-10s will reign supreme as we have FaZe with those entries looking really good there. Nico even getting one through the smoke, and the bomb will go down. And the round will be very difficult now for Heroic. And you can see they don't even want anything to do with it. This is too long to rotate. They're just going to chill out and try to save those guns into the following rounds. Because as you mentioned, they are broke.
Yeah. Like Cash, in some respects, I think that... oh, cool, we have an invitation to play CSGO.
Hello.
Like Cash, I think Inferno is another map where the initial rounds, the utility is very important for the CT side, so you really need to think about how much investment you want to make on that force buy if you lose the pistol. And again, FaZe, finger on the pulse, very aware of their opponent's situation, keeping that MAC-10 in tow and so on and so forth, not giving any edges away to their opponent.
I do wonder how dominant this could look if, you know, FaZe continue in the form that we've seen them. Heroic do have a lot of grenades in this round. It's only Snappy really that's lacking any, so we'll have to see how that actually impacts their play. There's no AWP as well for them to work off of. And FaZe throwing some Molotovs. And that deep Molotov right away from Nico is really important. It sort of slows down the CT's efforts to take Banana. And this is a really fast pace into top mid control. Oh, Snappy able to take down the back of Nico there. That's really unfortunate. No cover whatsoever for Karrigan or Nico in that situation. Perhaps the peeking was not really set up too well for them. And now it's Olaf and Rain who've got to try to salvage this. I'm not sure how they possibly could. Indeed. Just Rain now.
This is exactly the type of round that Heroic need. Everybody alive. See if it can continue. Question of damage for Rain, but down to 6 HP. They won't kill a single player. And that could not be more perfect for Heroic unless they got knife kills. Really nice stuff from them.
I'm curious what was going on with the peeking there. That, you know, Snappy's position was completely... essentially, no one was really watching for it. And they were peeking towards Quad and peeking towards Arch at the same time. So I'm not sure exactly. We'll probably have to check their POVs. Either way, as you say, clean round for Heroic, and that's going to give them some level of comfort now moving forwards, and perhaps you'll start seeing them try to take the map control here, and they're going for an aggressive play in the apartments. That's actually, you know, whilst all this crazy chaos is going on towards Banana, that could be a really interesting situation as well. Lots happening on the map at the moment. Nice snaps coming in. Oh, 4 players down straight away, and you can see the aggressions on both Banana and apartments falling just into a horrible place there for Heroic.
Well then.
That is...
What do you do when you can't face Nico?
That's brutal, isn't it?
What do you do? What do you do? Back to Ricochet.
That's crazy, man. Heroic try to take control of the map and they get slapped down by FaZe.
Nico's just like, but I'm better than you. Snappy trying to hold things down, but really, those are consolation frags, and maybe consolation isn't enough. Maybe a therapist is required after plays like this from Nico. I do wonder, well, I do wonder if they were trying to double peek, but I don't know. Like, I don't know what the plan was of the CTs in that situation, because he just kind of ran out.
Yeah.
I didn't see a flashbang.
I think
And I think you had an AWP, so it's not like he can really support as a second, as a trade fragger.
I think it's like the timing of the angles as well. Like, Estag was like peeking that angle, and Yugi has to go deeper for that. Yeah, the timing didn't work. This is kind of chaotic again. Looks like FaZe don't want to give up on this top banana control. They are shoving all their players in, and perhaps shoving all their utility in as well. They will eventually take down Estag, who was removed from the sandbags position. And there's so much time on the map, and it's a 4v3. This has worked out really well for FaZe.
Yes, and again, Rain just keeps lurking on the opposite side of the map, keeping the CTs honest, listening for any sound cues, stopping any flanks. So he's always the second option, and indeed, they've made the right read, FaZe, because Heroic have rotated a second person of the 3 they have left towards the B bomb site. And again, it's an entrance with no grenades, just creeping up the numbers advantage. Way too great. Charging onto the site now. Nico spotted and swatted in the pit, and that's the round over again.
Yeah, they played this so well. Like I really like how they invested so much. Some teams, they say to themselves, okay, we want to pressure Banana. We don't want to give up the rest of the map, though. And so they sort of, are slow pushing both sides of the map and eventually get all that map control. But I like how FaZe sort of forced the issue. They're saying to Heroic, look, we are going to take top banana, and if you want to fight us for it, you're going to die doing so. So they're sort of forcing them in the future to play more passively there. And that sort of allows them to get much more bang for their buck when they do play more passively and when they do spread more players out across the map. So, and it also just fits FaZe's style to be able to just bulldoze any position.
But what's cool is that FaZe aren't always even bulldozing per se. They're just waiting. Like when they ran out on B, Nico's just waiting for them to do something, just standing there. And you saw the same thing on Overpass in the previous match. They would be patient and they would wait for, in some rounds, for Heroic to play their hand and then just take all their chips. So it's the it's not an ideal round for Heroic. 1-6, not a great start for them. 2 rifles in this round and 0 grenades. And they're going to put, well, I can see Molly towards short. I don't think the rifles are together. No, Snappy's towards the B bomb site. I would have stacked the rifles, to be honest. But there we go. There is rarely a wrong decision when you're in a round such as this.
The flashes are great, aren't they, from FaZe? Just Modi was sort of the player just primed to do all the damage, but the grenades just make him useless, and FaZe just clean up the bomb site. And this is just, I mean, FaZe, they're so cool right now as a team, just because it's this group of really highly skilled players, like the closest thing that, like, this the truest super team really that you could like ask for, the global super team, right? And yet they have great routine, great discipline, like good calls, like the team plays good, like they look like an actual team when they're playing, and not just sort of 5 crazy good individuals.
Yeah, it's weird how coordinated they look in such a short space of time. I was wanting to say that earlier. I feel like most of Snappy's kills in this half have been when he's been trying to save his rifle. Can we see the scoreboard quickly, please? So he's up there with 9 kills, right? And then, you see, this is why you can't really read the game off the scoreboard. You might think, oh yeah, Snappy's doing his job. But he's just, at least half the kills, like everyone's dead, I'm trying to save this rifle. And I'm going to pop someone here and there, which doesn't mean he's not doing his job, but I'm just pointing out that the scoreboard can be quite misleading. I think DD from Tyloo is he's the king of anti-eco frags as well, so he's always up there in the statistics. 7-1 for FaZe. Is there any hope for Heroic? Another round where they don't really have the grenades. However, they have put a 3rd person towards the B bomb site, and they've perhaps taken initial control, but they're not moving down banana. They're still around that old car position.
It's another explosive one from FaZe, using those flashbangs as best they can. Although Heroic feels something, well, a kill. A kill, I guess, is not really going to do enough damage to prevent the bomb from going down. FaZe will get that, and now it's going to be down to the remainder of Heroic to say, okay, let's try to get back in. But with players like Olofmeister sort of just pressing the issue there, trying to constrict Heroic, they can't even save they cannot even save here. They are being like it's as though the dogs are out here for FaZe. They're hunting down the saving players of Heroic.
It's not dogs, man. This is a mauling. This is like, you know, sometimes you see a child has climbed into an enclosure in a zoo. It's like people are being thrown into the enclosure, man. They're being thrown and being launched. They're being launched into the birds and then falling into the enclosure and being mauled.
They are getting pretty wrecked right now. It's kind of nuts.
Gorillas or Lions, you take your pick. Whichever you prefer. This is a mauling. It is a mauling, but it's great to see from a FaZe perspective, because I quite enjoy when we have a super strong dominant team, like we had with Fnatic, like we had, well, like we may have with FaZe. Who knows? We'll see as time goes on, but it's almost reminiscent in some ways. I think they're a more tactical team at the moment, but I enjoy. I don't know about you, but I enjoy having like a dominant team like SK when they were on top.
Oh yeah, I mean it's great. I mean, it just sets the challenge. You're like, okay, this team has found a way to innovate. This team has found a way to push the boundaries. Who's gonna evolve to step up to that, to actually be able to lay down the gauntlet against them? That's always super interesting as far as storylines goes. But the question too, as well, is FaZe could still be in somewhat of a honeymoon period. They have not been together with this iteration of the lineup for too long just yet. And as you said, it is surprising how well fleshed out their play is despite that fact. But anyway, we have 2 AWPs from Heroic now to try and change things a little bit to get some more rounds on the CT side.
Well, you can't snipe if you can't see. The flashbangs have been strong for FaZe so far in this half. We'll see if it continues. Finally a goodbye. After 10 rounds, Heroic have a goodbye. But they still don't have map control. They're playing passive towards short. Snappy is up towards long on his own. And now he's being forced back as well into the arch. So Heroic are being denied information. FaZe are moving so quickly with so much time on the board that they're not even necessarily committed here. They've got Olaf, Meister, the possible Banana. Modi with a 2-man spray down, almost a third. Got some information for his team as well.
Yeah, that's beautiful spray control there just after a few bullets, considering how long he was alive. Great stuff there. And now Snappy is smoked off for now, but this is, thanks to Modi, a slow approach. I think that's going to go away, and he's going to be able to get some angles here. Exactly. Snappy now, revealing his presence. I thought he would have that one, but no, just a trio of kills coming in from the FaZe side. Looks like there was actually no problems. It looked a bit precarious to me, but for them, it was too easy. And now it's just EZTAG left, and he is just in a horrible place, man. It feels like there's no way for him to get back into this bomb site. There's 3 players in positions, well, pushing positions now it seems, and there is the kill onto EZTAG. Nico just waltzes out and easily takes him down. 13-5 is the kills and deaths for Nico. He's having a good game so far, as is Olafmeister. 13-4 in fact.
FaZe should have changed their rifles' names to Welcome to ECS. That would have been a nice greeting for Heroic, playing their first 2 official matches in ECS after qualifying over North and Dignitas. Baptism by fire, but it's more like napalm at the moment.
Yeah, they are getting, well,
what are they getting there?
we already
tell
described it
us.
enough.
Share it with
they're
us.
getting wrecked, right? So
Share it with us. Tell us your feelings.
it can't be too fun to be them. And to be honest, this looks more severe than the matches that they played in the ESL Pro League recently, where they also got dominated by FaZe. But this does look a bit more severe for some reason. I think FaZe are just, when they
This is the kind of domination that old bankers pay for on a Friday night.
All right, fair enough. Well, it's going to be going quite well here for FaZe in this round as well. They are up against the Pistols, and they've just decided to walk into B. And that's how this game has gone. It's like they decide something, and then it happens. That's basically how this game is. So we want to go here. We will go here.
Well, let's see if Heroic can double their score with these pistols. That's a good start. Yugi, somewhat infamous with a Desert Eagle. Rain's down to 20 HP, and there's still time for Heroic. Carrigan may need to do a lot of work here. The flashbang comes out. There's another one for Rain. He needs to drop it quickly. Snappy's looking the wrong way. There goes Rain. He is the bait, but Carrigan, he can't do it. I think there might be time for FaZe to win this round. I don't think Modi's got it. Oh, I think he has actually. It's going to be a close one either way. Let's find out.
Ooh,
Ooh, there is a god.
that was twice. Yeah, it's another round for Heroic. 2 on the board now. Indeed, it's great. Well, I feel like whenever I do that, it's very rarely ever successful.
When you do what?
Just randomly spraying a deagle through smoke. Got a kill, nice. Rifles out for Heroic. No AWP. We could see that previously they did like favor that double AWP buy when they could actually afford it, but stuck on the rifles here. They do have full utility with it though, and the AK-47 on Modi too, which is perhaps the best player on the team to have it with. Actually, Yugi with one as well. And this has been a problem for them against FaZe, taking this banana control, and this is sort of how we talked about it previously, that FaZe, they were very dominant here. They put 4 players on this position, taking top banana every round, and then they taper off later after they condition their opponents to be more fearful. Oh, that's fantastic there from Yugi, able to play above the smoke. Really nice setup, and that is going to put them off to a good start here because there is trouble getting into top mid.
Gimmicks getting some early frags, but will it be enough to keep them in this match? 3 rounds to fight for in this half. Bomb still in control of FaZe, but with only 2 players, their options are very limited indeed. Carrigan trying to force players away from short, and Nico will try to open up in advance of his teammate joining him. And with presence being shown towards A from Carrigan, maybe he could do something here. That's a nice jump peek, but he will be taken down by S-Tag.
He actually connected like 2 bullets onto S-Tag there. I don't know how that was possible when he's jumping in the air, but CSGO things. Carrigan in the 1 versus 3, perhaps the player you'd be least scared of in this situation for FaZe, of course. And so Heroic will be confident they can take this one down. But if, Carrigan, if he gets that instant kill here, that's going to be fantastic. He'll actually have a chance to pull this one off out the bag, but it's S-Tag with the kill. And that is the round for Heroic. 3 on the board now to the 10 of FaZe, but FaZe still have bank. They got deep pockets still to reach into to get these AWPs rolling.
Full buy from FaZe. 2 rounds remain to fight for. Yugi's got one of the best spawns. One of the best spawns towards mid that you can get on this Inferno. Let's see what he chooses to do with it. Not many people. Ooh, has he been spotted? That is nice. I think he legged Guardian as well. Or maybe even hit him in the chest. He's down to 16 HP. That's a great start from Yugi. And that's not what I was expecting. It's a very rare peak that you see. S-Tag with the shot through the smoke, punishing Olofmeister for his traces. And now it's Carrigan's turn to have a fast response, taking a page out of Nico's book. Let's see what a CT response is. They've got 3 people here. And they've got Nico, CT Nico, Heroic Nico on the high ground. This is very important. Snappy punishing Rain for moving through short.
Yeah, this again just unfavorable odds here for Carrigan. Really great work from Heroic. Yugi just starting things off really well. And that play from Yugi, that put FaZe in this interesting spot with S-Tag pressuring Banana as he did. Obviously, like, Yugi gets that pick before we could get that characteristic aggression on Banana, so then that's weakened. S-Tag takes the liberty in the face of that knowledge to then try to push Banana, gets himself a kill through the smoke, and then it's 5v3, and you got a situation where FaZe are like, well, we have to go for it. We've got to do something. So that aggression from Yugi really just made the difference. But you can't do that every round, and you can see Guardian is looking for something, and he's going to get the kill onto Snappy. You got to be careful with that aggression. Usually CTs don't peek into that angle, and that is exactly why.
Yeah, that's an interesting peek. And there's a reason you don't see that.
Yeah.
Most AWPers will they will look towards the pit, the crawl space. Oh,
that's so sick!
What? Please, this must yield a kill.
Yes,
and they will. That is awesome. Really nice stuff. Very tricky play. Ooh, does he see Olofmeister? I think he might, but I mean, how many times do you go to the well in this situation? Eventually, you've got to back off before you overextend, and they will do exactly that. Anyway, most snipers top mid will look as far as the crawl space and not beyond that because it's so dangerous to do so on New Inferno.
Well, at least FaZe, this time they're not facing a 5v3, they have a 4v4, but they don't have top mid, they don't have top banana, they have apartments, I guess, but honestly, it's a difficult situation for them in that sense. And Heroic should be expecting an A play, because normally in this situation, the Ts will go for A. That you can see on the minimap that the A defense will almost always be more spread out than the B defense. So, and the R&D going for the A play. Modi is trying to guard the arch position. This is going to be very tough for him, though. But he's been so good at spots like this in the past. He'd line up even, but he won't get the kill. Now Nico has to try to hold from the pit position. It's a hard spot to contest from this range. Somebody has to take him down from a close-up position. It's Nico, and FaZe have the sights.
CTs are close, however. Yugi, did he spot the shoulder there? If he did, well, he's seen a cross now, but there's smoke down anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Both these players have a kit. They have no grenades, so this smoke is really problematic. Yugi will try to play around that smoke. No fear from him. Man advantage, though, for FaZe, and they've got Karrigan close to the smoke behind the box. And he has a crossfire if he needs one, but he doesn't. Now S-Tag will get taken down by the in-game leader as well. Some frags towards the end there for Karrigan. But Heroic, they come away with 4 rounds. This is so specific.
That is amazing, isn't it? Precision
That's
platforming.
a very technical pick.
That is amazing, isn't it? Precision
That's
platforming.
a very technical pick.
2000, it's brilliant work for him to try to slow down this push. They needed something desperately, and Guardian has stepped up to the plate to deliver.
3 on 3. Pistols can always go anywhere. Snappy's picked up a USP. Do wonder how many bullets he's got left after that reload. 1 player on Banana. That's Karrigan. He's got a smoke as well, and a defuse kit, so he can try and delay if things come his way. But for the time being, they are going towards the A site. All 3 players. But Olofmeister getting the 1 versus 1 onto Modi and taking his head off. There's still a minute in to play with here for Heroic. Got to be careful now, because both these Ts are in 1v1s, and now it's Snappy left alone with the bomb, trying to do something. Now, I mean, he should know that there's 1 player long, there's 1 player short, so at most there's 1 player B. But still, he continues over towards short, maybe expecting a rotation, who knows, but either way, he's going to get popped as well. Another shot from Guardian, and that is the pistol not going the way of Heroic.
So sick from Guardian, man. The quad kill that saved the day. What a hero. What an absolute hero. And that's the 12-4 indeed, and it's now Heroic who've got to play the pistols, and they're going to go all in with this. They didn't get the bomb down, so they're going to see what they can make happen. And I would have loved to have seen more grenades from, you know, a couple players sacrificing the Kevlars maybe to just have some utility with this, because they're just going to run into the angles, but they are going to win with the timing here. Karrigan, though, the spray actually doing immense damage, gets himself a couple kills, putting S-Tag in the red. More damage to be done here as reinforcements will swing its way in, and it looks like they should be okay here. Yugi does get the trades here. Immense damage done by Heroic, but can he get it done all the way here?
He's got to get that bomb plant for his team, worst case scenario, but that's not going to happen. Almost a double peak coming in from FaZe. Rain was far too close, so no plant for Heroic, and disaster has indeed struck. Do they force by every round now, or do they play against 14 rounds? I think they have to play against 14. Oh, no. They are not going to do so. They're going to go for the force in this round as well. Maybe if the plant had come, but such is life. There is no ideal decision in this situation for Heroic.
Yeah. I like actually the sort of philosophy they employed here, where they're like, you know what, FaZe is such a good team that we're not even confident enough in our regular buy rounds that we feel like we just need to get really lucky here. Just immediately start winning rounds with a horrible buy and just pray that that works. Otherwise, we can't win the game. And I think that philosophy is good in some instances, and this could be one of them.
There's a wall of smoke, and that will allow them to isolate any players in the pit, but there are none. Will they boost into the graveyard? They know Olofmeister's there now. Look at that spray control. Ridiculous stuff from him. Almost getting a second kill. Rain still on the site. Can just wait for these smokes as the Heroic side need to as well. And that buys time for his team to rotate. They've left 1 person towards B, so perhaps they haven't seen where the bomb is, but the fight continues. It rages on here on the A site. Now the rotation's coming in for FaZe. Snappy in the pit. They still don't have any rifles. There's a kill onto Rain at close quarters, but S-Tag's in the red. P50 isn't what it used to be, so may ask more of him. It's not good from range either, but it's Snappy now with the Caesar to finish things off, and he will be finished off. 14-4 for FaZe. The force buy has failed. Again, no plant either.
And the truly depressing thing there for Heroic is that they didn't get the bomb plant, because as you say, you know, with all the utility that they use, all the smokes, they're really expecting a bomb plant there, and that would enforce their force buy in this situation. And I think that's sort of what they were really wanting to do, is just that be able to just string those force buys together with the, you know, an ability to even get an AK, I think, in this round had they planted the bomb. So that's unfortunate for them. Well, Rain doing what you expect sometimes, well, the entire team, which is just a rush mid when you expect the Glock eco.
I love the M4A4 so much, and it's so rewarding to use it in a situation like that versus the M4A4. And let's not forget, Rain was a notorious M4A4 player, very strong with it. But he, a few months ago, M4A1, sorry, thank you. But a few months ago, he did change to the M4A4, as a lot of players have done. I think that slower fire rate of the M4A1 now, just killing it for some people.
Yeah.
I was always an M4A4 player myself.
And it feels like the the benefit of firing through with the smokes without traces, because of that slow fire rate and the low amount of bullets, it just feels like it's not as useful as it was once. But anyway, the Heroic side are trying to get done what they can, and they will toast Olofmeister. But there is a response here from the CTs. We get the aggression from FaZe in the apartments, and the trades come in. Even still, trades coming in, and it's Rain actually to stand atop all the corpses here that have been left wasted there in the apartments. And it's just S-Tag left. What a ridiculous round. Just a series of trades by the apps. The bomb is just stuck in there as well. Oh, this position of Rain. This could be so good.
That is next level.
If S-Tag goes through the door.
Oh, the bombs in apartments. What a genius. Because normally you'd be outside apartments looking at second mid, one of my favorite places to play, but he is oh, okay, he's moved. Never mind. He's moved, and he is going to crawl straight into the crosshairs of S-Tag. He still has much time on the clock. He has no idea, however, where Nico is, and he may spend his time bank approaching the bomb as opposed to approaching a site, which is in favor of Nico, obviously, because he's positioned himself in graveyard. So he's got almost the entire site covered. And that's one of the issues in this situation when you're the guy on the T side. You have time left, but you spend a lot of it just creeping towards the bomb, and then you've got no time to actually try and plant the bomb. And in many situations, that CT will be around a site, so you'll have no choice but to rush to a site afterwards. So let's see what S-Tag does. The bomb is collected, and indeed, he's just got to run to the site afterwards, which makes it really easy for Nico. The clock's in the red. He's trying to plant smart. But there we go. Pip, pap. And that is the match. 16-4 for FaZe.